Hello everybody, this is Stickrock Glassblock here, bringing you my first ever Smash video, or at least about applications for Smash. And today we will be talking about villagers' wood. And what I mean by that is, if you can grow the tree, it has a chance of dropping a chunk of wood upon falling. There we go. Now, a lot of people, all they do is throw the wood and just let it go to waste. If you're skilled enough, you can actually do some pretty insane things with the wood that benefit you in the long run. And they're pretty good, actually, if you could get used to it. Basically, I'm going to be telling you about my findings so far. And to start off, not all the time, like I said, from trees will you get the wood. If you want to know of a way to make sure you don't lose the wood to someone else, because in my matches recently, people have been grabbing the wood before I get it and throwing it away so that I can't use it. So found this technique to get the wood most of the time. So you short hop and use the axe, and then right as you land, pocket, and you could get the wood like I just did. Now, the wood is actually really good for mix-ups, and you might be thinking, well, Stick, how? All you do is throw it, run up and catch it or something. No, that's not true. If you are in the air, you can do this thing called L dropping, and then you can pocket it. Or you can perform what I like to call a wood aerial, or a Warial for short, which is where you L drop it and then catch it with an aerial. So in your mix-up game, this actually comes in quite handy, because you can either throw the wood or use a Warial for some nice follow-ups. And as you can see, I lost the wood again. So don't worry about that if that happens to you. If you drop the wood or something, it happens to me all the time. But basically this is a video about just getting the most out of your wood chunk when you do come into contact with one. There we go, there's another piece of wood. So like I said, Warials work with all aerials. Forward air, back air, down air, up air. And it also has some disrespect potential. Like, if you bury your opponent at a high percent, you can throw it up and up smash them into the wood. Even at low percentages, that also helps to rack up damage. Another thing, if you're worried about losing it and actually like this idea, and are planning on to find some of your own techniques, something I found out, if you plant a tree, and say your opponent's where I'm standing now, between you and the tree, you could throw it, and if you miss, it hits the tree and bounces back off, for you to run up and grab it. But be careful, because as the tree dies, you can throw the wood past the tree, so you need to use the tree only at first. Later on in the tree's lifespan, though, it's not a great idea to use the wood. So there are some combos, I guess you could say, with it, which one of them is run up. Here, I'll do this in slower speed so you can see what's happening, if I can pull it off. So anyway, you run up and jump about halfway through the character's body over their head. And after you do that, you're going to want to down throw, footstool, L catch the wood. So, jump halfway, down throw, footstool, L catch, then you down throw, and as it bounces back up, basically you have to throw the wood right afterwards, or you won't be able to hit them and it will disappear on the ground. That's one of the things about Warials. As you can see, it's kind of hard if you lose the wood. It might get a bit annoying. So I found that an okay practice tool is actually the fairy bottle in training mode. Helps a lot with that. Because you can do basically the same thing, although it doesn't bounce up like the wood does if it hits someone. So I'm pretty sure you can do this whole thing with the fairy bottle, and it doesn't disappear if it hits the ground. So that's a plus. I'm just going to set Bowser's percentage back to 0. Basically you jump, down throw it, footstool, re-grab, down throw instantly, and when it bounces back up, nair catch it, and then throw it again. And then from there, you can follow up with a fair or something, if they're at a high enough percentage. Another thing about the wood that I found. Say you have, I don't know, let's try this right here. So I'll throw this, set it back to normal speed. Say you want or have an item, like say this is the tree that I just pocketed, or just any item in general where you can't hold it in your hand but you can still pocket it and throw it later. If you have the wood in your hand, you can trick them up by jumping or just standing there, it doesn't matter. You press neutral B and you'll pull it out, and the effects of what item you have will happen, or you'll throw it depending on what item you have. And from there you can do pretty much whatever you want to mix up with the wood. And like I said, fairy bottle's a good tool under 100%, but it's not exactly accurate, so you need to remember that. And well, that's basically it when it comes to wood aerials and the wood. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye, everybody.